Hello, everyone. I hope things are good on your end. And today I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Composer app and what we can do with it. So if you recall, last time we had a look at what a Composer app was and how it could talk to modules, which are basically boxes of objects that are used to organize a whole range of what we call primitive objects or library objects that you can assemble into large scenes and complex buildings, seating arrangements, and artifacts like that. So let's work on a little project here so that we get to know what I mean by creating a particular object using simpler parts. Okay, so this walk is funny because I have not enabled my AO yet. So that one is a little bit more respectful. So let's check this app here, well, this Composer app, and let's see what we can build with it. Okay. I'm not very sure what I'm going to build, so I'm going to take a few seconds to think. Let me sign in the meanwhile, and wait for the HUD to appear. Okay, and we always start by creating a base layout. You know, it's not something like you're compelled or you have to do, but it helps. Let me see if I can place this 16-meter layout here. Okay, I think that's big enough, and I can use that as a starting grid. So what can we do from here? Let's build like an archway maybe that people can walk up to so that they can get a view of this building in the distance, which looks like the Taj Mahal. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I know, I'm going to start with a cube grid. So since we want an archway, let me try this. I'm going to place this cube here. It's obviously a little bit big for what I need, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And while I'm doing this, you get a sense of how the whole application stands together. And now I'm going to select building components. If you have a kind of archway that you want people to climb up to, let me try. Oh, that's wrong. So what I'll do, I'm going to maybe move this a little bit further down, and you'll see why. So there's always a number of questions that comes up when we use simpler objects to create more complex ones. And here, as you can see, these objects have been designed by myself and they have got specific behaviors. But anybody else could, of course, design their own objects, and along the way, Not in this video clip, but we will at some point describe how to create all these various library objects, how to set the contact points, the points that each and every object has, so that you can place them precisely where you want them to be. And so we always do things step by step. So I'm actually looking for this other cube here that I want to place as a guide. So it's a bit too big, reduce it by 50%. And you'll find that you'll see why I'm doing this. Okay, so now I guess I could start maybe creating a kind of bridge. So I will need, from the building components, maybe like a tile. So I click this on here, and it fits. And what I'll do now is I'll keep on extending this bridge object here. So one here, and I want another copy. So you can also clone objects. And I'm going to place it here. It's not long enough, so I will create another one. And maybe place it over here. So each and every object that you design will have certain behaviors, and there's a lot of room for designing better objects or better library objects, so that you have a minimal number of steps for creating, for expressing, the actual object that you want to create. So that's why I like the idea of considering objects as, words, for example. And when you assemble words together, you have a sentence, hopefully. And here we are assembling little parts to express something. And what we are expressing is a bridge kind of object. Okay. So let me add this object here. And for a very specific reason, and as you can see, I am able to snap these objects to grid. What that means is that you can precisely place these objects so that they fall exactly on these various points. Clicking on building components again to find the staircase object. I'm going to put another one here, and then select and rotate 90. Okay, and now I'm going to maybe add another one here. Okay, that's pretty cool. Clone this. And we already have a little bridge forming here. Let me see what we can do to make things a little bit more safe. So let's add some rails. And obviously this is too low. And I have a function here where I can actually nudge this up. So that's a bit too much. Okay. So we have one here. I can clone this object. You can place the object here, rotate -90, I guess, and then I'm going to nudge it up. Okay, so we keep doing this. Clone, place, nudge. It's not quite, but we are in a hurry. So I'm going to select this. It's already selected. I'm going to clone again, place another copy here, and nudge it up. All right. Let me bring this back up over here so that we can make it easier for us to place these handrails. Oh, I kind of missed it here. So now it's fixed. Select, clone, place, nudge up a little bit, and if you want, you can really just adjust, by whatever amount. Keep So I want to make things a little bit more interesting here. Let me remove these two tiles, and let me maybe at the center create something more interesting. I'm going to resize this by 100. Okay, so I have a little interesting feature here, and now I'm going to place a cube. Where is my cube? Here. And then we are going to see, whether we can use this. It's too big. Resize 50. Oh, that's too small. Let's increase by 10, maybe. Not too bad. Not too bad. So we go back, and I'm going to select like a wall feature from the building components. Single doorway will work here. Okay, so let me just resize this by 100. And I'm going to use this, clone, place it over here. And what else can we do? Well, maybe we need another tile here. Well, it's not well placed. I'm going to move it sideways. Oh, an extra one got moved here, so I'm going to try again. Here it comes. That's good enough. Okay, so now we have a roof. And what else can we do on this side? I think I'm going to make it a little bit safer by having this object over here. Let me resize it by 50 here. So that's going to allow me to have this wall kind of objects over here. Okay, So I have one more here, one here. Ooh, not like that. Okay, I'm going to move this way and then bring it back exactly where it's supposed to be. All right. I swear I didn't even, think of designing it this way when I started, but it's turning out all right. So why not, try placing, I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. Let me see if I increase this by 100% and push it up. Nudge that thing up. Okay, I'm not too happy with this. Let's see if I move it a little bit up. Now we have an arch. I can select that. I can place it here and nudge it up again. And I have a nice little, what happened here? Because I was supposed to have two objects. So I forgot to clone, and I just moved it. So now I've cloned it, so I have two, and I'm going to nudge it up. One, down. There it is. All right. Sign out, and let's see how things look. It doesn't look too bad. Maybe a dome would have looked better on top here. So let me, for now, just place it over here. And I'm going to go back, create. I'm waiting for this HUD to appear. Building components. I'm going to use a circular roof over here. And then make that like this. Because we like round shapes. And then I'm going to place this over here. Perfect. I mean, this is more beautiful than I expected. All right. Okay. Wow. I absolutely love this. Okay. So now I'm going to walk up my little object here that I've created from simpler parts, and I'm able to watch the Taj Mahal from this place and enjoy the scene. You see how easy building is. Okay, it's really amazing, isn't it? Okay, and now I want to preserve my work, so I'm going to click on this and save the scene. So I click on save, and I type viewpoint bridge, and I save it. Well, let me put, that's the first version. I'm going to save it. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm sure that I can retrieve and the file that has all the information, and I can see this building. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. Kind of. I mean, I just wanted to show how it's possible to build more complex objects from simpler objects using this Composer app. And this is just an example. We'll have lots of videos later on to show you how you can experiment, create your own library objects, how to put them in those modules, and how to define their behaviors and how you can use them with different approaches and build something interesting. And thanks for your attention. All right, I hope I see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye. And don't forget to like if you like the video. Bye.